Okay, well, it's the hottest day of the year so far. It's supposed to be in the low 90s. Yay. It's already 89. So we thought we'd take this drive shaft off. Now, I'm not entirely sure my reluctant wing is so bad. You can kind of see it right there. Let's rotate on this. Let's spray some juice in there. So, it ain't perfect. But what is bothersome is this. That nut does not look like that nut. I mean, it is that nut, it's just not so happy. We're gonna pound this little section out of here. That little piece right there, and I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I've already heated it up a couple times just to, because you can. I have a feeling this isn't coming off in the normal sense. Okay, well, there's no meat the thing just spins. Now, I could have flattened this. You see how it's got a chamfer? It just kind of slides along there. It's just not enough. So I'm already committed to replacing the axle. Oh, there's no way I could get torque in this anyhow. There's no way it's 310 pounds of torque out there right now. It's 50 pounds of rust. So I'm gonna drill along here and start a hole and basically take this nut and then expand it and then slide it off. Then pound this fucking thing through. So Northeastern Ohio, salt, yay. Actually, that wasn't bad. So here's my cobalt drill. So I started with this one. These must not be that sharp because they didn't cut. So once I got the one that's in there, it just went right home, and you can see the end. So now I just need to, so I'm not sure quite how to do that. I think just gotta hit it with a punch on the side, this way or this way. It'll just kind of expand. That's it. I went a little too far. Oops. Hell, I got it to turn. Not easily. See, she moved. I'll try the right hand. Yep, she's moving. There it is. Yep, she's off. And I didn't damage the hub too bad. There's the old and new one. Finally, I just got in there and got underneath there and picked this out. Because it wasn't unthreading because it had no way to catch the threads. I wonder if this will fit on there. Very nice. Yep, that one's the fucked up one. I think I found another one of those in my pile when I was looking for nuts earlier. So we got to get the little bolts off and then pound her through. Ironies of irony. I didn't have to use this. I just put this on there. She came right through. So despite all that extra drilling and modification, it's relatively loose. This one's a little more complicated because it's shorter than the other, so I just don't have enough wiggle room in there. But yeah, we'll pop it out. Now at this point, some got this rotor off. I needed to. I was gonna need to take it off if I had this. This is why I got this out, so that I could go, probably still take that off. But if I jam it back here, I could probably get that off. It's out a little bit, a millimeter. Yeah, let's do that. Oh yeah, shit. More bolts come out. Let's see if this worked. But because it's so short, the exhaust is in the way. I have to remove suspension and pull this down. Now I just removed the shock mount. I thought that would give me enough oomph. But apparently not. There's just no room back there to take this out. So this has to either come out or down or both. I fear this is next. That might be the last piece. I don't know. I'm wary of the ones that look like suspension that you have to adjust. Maybe you don't have to adjust that. Maybe that's the next one. I don't know. But yeah, basically this has to, that slides like out that way. Some facts that are kind of interesting. One, my spring is broken. See here? Broken spring. Air gap there. So that's cool. Don't know how long that's been, but you can tell by the rust, it's been a while. Never really checked for broken springs, never heard any clunking, so that's great. Fuck. I'll add a few more things. Took off this little guy and this guy down here, and now we're able to pull this forward and get this out. Clearly, I can't say that I could just put a new nut on there. Well, now I can see the ABS sensor. It's right there. Yeah, there it is. That should be easy to get off now. Now everything else is out of the way. It did rain for a little bit, but now it's all gone because it's 90 fucking degrees out. Yay. Okay, I got the old sensor out. Notice this sensor is square at the bottom. Nothing wearing through. That'll become important shortly. And I cleaned out my spline threads with this wire brush. And then I cleaned out my ABS sensor path. Also with this wire brush. So this she just slides right in there. But it is keyed. So there's grooves that it has to fit into. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. But first I'm going to clean the threads out on the where the bolt goes in, because being on the wheel, it gets dirty and stuff. That's just in case that fails. Don't fail. So my breakulators are pretty much trash. So my spring's done, and I probably need to replace both springs. I should do the right thing and just stop and go with new springs, but no, I'm gonna put this back together, and we'll come back to that. But I'm definitely gonna have to get some new brakes at some point. But they work perfectly fine, except for the ABS. So we're gonna clean up, put it back together. I hope I don't need to do any suspension changes. I think the ones that adjust are down here. I don't know, but I watched the video and it did the other side, and then it said, oh, by the way, if you're doing this side, it's a completely different thing. You have to disconnect a whole bunch of the suspension. So that's when I'm like, oh, fuck it. Well, we know what to do here. So only 3. I mean, 2's still holding on, so that's good, right? No, that isn't. Well, I used the tap to clean the threads out, but actually it's a blind end, meaning it doesn't go all the way through, so muck and shit doesn't get in there. I basically just threaded that on there. This little handy thing goes like this, and then it gives you something to twist the tab with. This is not a flat bottom, so it just kind of cleaned things out a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and put that together. Now I use Never Cesium. It just makes me feel good. That's all it's good for. Now you don't use that for your wheel bolts because those are torqued a certain torque, and this would let it over torque because it's a lubricant as well. The drive shaft looks fine, actually. You should look at the ABS's. I mean, she is 12 years old, but she is a BMW. I know so because it said so, being Germany. But this one looks a lot better, ironically. I don't know why it's ironic. But you can see there was some of the paint flaking off, and it was wearing right there. So I do think it needed to be replaced, especially after I did that. But then I'd have to do this, take that off to get the spring out anyhow. I don't think I can press the spring all the way and get it out because of the way everything's in the way. I think I have to do pretty much what I just did here. With the exception, I might be able to leave the drive axle in there. But even broken, this thing's, well, actually, it probably comes out pretty easy. That's just great. I'll just super glue it. I don't know. Just walk away. Definitely gonna have to replace that. Okay, doing better. Got all those bolts on there. Got the brake on there. I need to torquelate the brakes. I got all these in here. This is kind of funny. Then the second shop, mind you, I bought two. I find bolts, new bolts. But fuck that. Use these ones. Look how pretty they are. I clean them up. So I got to torquelate those. Then I cross-threaded this one, so I had to pull it out. I cleaned the threads up on the bolts, and then I re-tapped it a little bit and put it back on there. I'll probably replace the shock laters when I replace the springs. Now, why do I say springs? Because that one's not broken. It's got a little... So, they wear together. So if I replace this one, it's gonna and although right now it's probably but yeah. So I gotta put them in. It's best to put them in pairs. So plus it'd be more fun. Kitty's guarding the door in case any Mises come around. I love the fact they have a maintenance cat. It definitely needs to be as a maintenance weight. Nice kitty. I noticed my car has a kind of a tilt to it. It's kind of leaning on the left side. Well, you may remember that I found that broken coil spring. Well, I hit a bump on the way to work today on the highway, and that coil spring came all the way out. Now we're just riding really low. So I drove her home because it's making a horrible sound because it was dragging on the axle. I hope I didn't ruin the axle. It's not making a noise after a while, but see, normally there's a little bit of space there. So we ordered 2 used new ones. They should be here in the next week, and we'll have to replace that. But yeah, that put a damper, hence I drove that today. Just needs an oil change, but it's not a catastrophic thing. Well, our old hammock broke. It was one of those with the big bar and cloth, and the wood bar broke, and I wasn't going to replace it because you'd have to rethread everything. The cot was falling apart. So I bought this one a week ago, and well, the only issue with this is it's a lot shorter, so I got it through there. The big pain in the ass of this is this loop. It's hard to find things that fit through that. So I got that chain. She's good for 800 pounds each side. And attached to there, that's gonna stay in there forever. This used to be in a little, I threaded a little short hook on there, but that pulled out 2 years ago. Fortunately, it was Sophie that pulled out on. This tree is not gonna last long, I have a feeling. So this is a short-term thing, so. Fortunately, it just rained, so it's all wet. It's raining right now, actually. That's weird. Finally got a heavy rain. Of course, there's gonna be no drainage over there. Let's take a look out this window. Looks like it goes raining. Yep, not perfect. I gotta resculpt that, but we're gonna get 6 inches of rain. Yeah. Yay. Ooh, that's dirty. The South Sugar Reservation. I was first here 82 when one of my colleagues was fired abruptly from Shaker Cycle. I remember going down the stairs with a mountain bike, or rather Rob Logan was on my mountain bike. I had a Ridge Runner, which was one of the first commercial mountain bikes. But anyhow, so that was, you know, pretty historic. But this is cool. They have his and her like couples bathrooms. Like a guy and a girl can go in there and poop together. So that's kind of cool. Swing sets, I think, have been upgraded. I think we flipped one over by accident. There was a bunch of us here. But yeah. Oh yeah. She's loving it. She's loving it. I'm sure she's loving it. swam. Probably the first time. She's a little wet. There's gonna be a shake. There we go.
On command. Good job. The girls always have.
So this is a mermaid. You can tell by the way it is. So all this was quarried 100 years ago. It isn't my Mayans ruins like down south. It's just the way they quarried it. Looks like somebody left their towel. Nope, trash bag. Is that a bird? Yes. Anyway, there's a lot of graffiti on the other side. And there's stairs that go up and yonder. It's a nice little area. This is the Chagrin River, for those that don't know. Now you do. Seems to be liking it. She doesn't like the little hole she falls into. I think we got a convert. That was the last we saw of her. One little dog. Fucking goober. Come on. What's she doing? That looks like a lizard. It's lizard rock. I wonder how high the river was before they quarried it. And you can see right there, at least 2 feet higher. There's a lot of rock there. A lot of Cleveland built by that rock and getting pulled by the dog. It's a little warm out today, so I'm gonna work inside. I need what's called a P-trap. So I need this drain to come across here, come down, and then loop up and over. And what that does is water will come down. But right now, because this is a vacuum, because there's a fan blowing that way, air wants to come in while I want the water to come out. By putting a P-trap on there, it will eliminate airflow coming back through the hose. So if I pull this hose out, theoretically air will come out. So anyhow, there might be somewhat of a P-trap here, but it's not flowing very well because of it's along in algae got in there. So this actually got clogged up last year, which leads to this rusting. Well, I don't use it as a gas furnace. I need it as a blower. So anyhow, PVC from like here, 90 degree down, 90 degree, and then I'm going to make just bend a piece of P-trap over and then over to there. So we're going to make this first transition here and then some sort of 90, and I'm probably going to come off of here. Jesus Christ. Okay, I hear you. Basement cat. She ain't no beauty, but she'll be all right. So I got my heat gun in, and I got that coming off the top of the furnace, going down into my 90. My custom P-trap. That was harder than I thought it would be. Probably should have made a jig. Then going across there, I'm going to attach another piece and then a 90 down into the pipe. So I'm going to make that 90, and then we'll cut it to length after I put this in the general area. Not sure how I'm going to attach it. I think I'm just going to lay it there. This will be down the pole, so this will keep it from flipping, and then of course it ain't going anywhere. So the 90. Using my purple cement cleaner. Good stuff. She's done. I ended up putting a longer tube. This goes all the way down to here. So it does leak. It's got to come all the way up here. Plus it's angled. Then it shoots down to there. This isn't soldered, welded in case I need to take it apart. And then it shoots across there. Goes across my homemade P-trap. And it goes in, and then I primed it. So I poured some water down the tube. So hopefully, in a little bit, there'll be water draining through there. Well, that's my goal, at least. It's hard to tell. I think there is some. We'll put the monitor on it. Yeah, it didn't help much. Sometimes, frankly, pulling the tube off helps. I did notice a puddle down there, and I don't know if that's because it was leaking inside. Being metal, this isn't a good thing to keep wet. So you can see it's been wet before, so yeah, that's not good. Need to put some more duct seal on there. That's the duct seal. There's no easy, clean way to do it. You just glob it on. Definitely got an air leak over here. Oh, it's the dehumidifier. Our power goes out and this resets to off, and I have to turn it back on. I'm sure that's what's blowing those around. So one of our new hires got a new computer from IT. There's a GPU in there. So the first step is you got to unclip all the wires for the power. Then you got to take the bracket off the card because the bracket's longer than the computer. Then you got to slide this over and somehow jam the card in there. Then you got to take this thing off so that you can plug the goddamn power cables in. But wait, this cable has to be rerouted because it wants to go through here. So I think if I just put this little bump out in here, back on, we'll be good. Yeah. Oh, I had to pop the front cover off. Could they make it any smaller? No, not really. Well, time to do some demos. So we got this cart from one of Joe's friends that moved away about 15 years ago. I tried to rebuild it. Well, I did rebuild it. I painted it and put new plywood in, but the plywood's gotten a little holey. A lot of holey. And it's a little cumbersome because most of our areas aren't 4 feet across. Also, it's rotted out. I told her I could replace the wood. I could take it all apart, keep the metal, replace the wood, but this is going to be, that's done. So we're going to demo this with that. And some of this I'll take to the junkyard, mostly the steel, but the wood we can, downsize it, I guess. Yeah, those tires might be used for something. Yeah, they're all cracked and dry rotted. This one might not be bad. I think I replaced this one. Yeah, it's got cracks in there. It's just not showing because there's not as much air in there. So its time has come. Got the axe on here. Got this from an estate sale not too long ago. It's got carbide teeth and hands. Yeah, so this should do well. So it's nothing to it but to do it. Take along. So those are the wheels and the axle. Metal parts, side pieces. Break this up further, but I think I'm just going to throw this away. This has John Deere paint all over it. It's pretty nasty shit. That did not take long at all. Spinning art? Question mark. Send. We're going to North Bloomfield, which is about 45 minutes that way. Going to look at and most likely buy a rototiller. Been wanting one for a while. I had one, but the engine died. And I got rid of it, but I got it for free, so it wasn't like I lost a lot. So it's 90 degrees out, and this one's sitting right in the vent, air conditioning on full, and being a little small cab, big air conditioner. There's plenty of air conditioning here, so she's just, every time she ducks her head down, I get like, relief, and then she puts it back. I'm pretty sure she's doing that on purpose. Oh no, Chris, don't. So instead of waiting for somebody and doing the right thing and just lifting this down, and I don't mean the dog, I mean the rototiller, we're gonna put these pieces of wood out along here and just kind of put in gear and run her down. First we gotta put this inside because I can't manage that, but I got good. It should be fine. A couple weeks I've been working on bicycles, and I have a couple more to do, and I got tools everywhere for that. Well, not everywhere. They're crammed in one drawer, so I'm gonna make a dedicated thing. I bought this for $5. It's in pretty good shape. It's a Napa branded box. Needs just a little bit of cleaning up, but the big problem is, of course, I failed to realize it didn't have the tray at the top. So I make like a little wooden one, at least a piece of plywood that goes in there and has a little lip around it, so I can put things on top. I gotta make some way of being able to pick it up, but that's my project tonight after it gets dark, and do a little bit of rototilling. Yeah, I'm gonna do the wrong thing and use 2 different length boards. Not exactly sure on the physics here. What could go wrong? It should work fine. In theory. this is stuck to this, it's just stuck to this. Maybe we rearrange this one a little more. This one piece has fallen off twice just getting it to this point, and once while I was walking up it. That was kind of comical. No, it wasn't. Probably paid for that in the morning. So we're gonna bring it down and then I could just dump it over. It does drive, so that's good. I mean, I can put it in gear and right down there. This should work more better. Probably not. She's gorgeous. She needs a little power washing, but look, she runs. That in itself is amazing. My last one wouldn't even do that. Got it off, wasn't pretty. Got about to here, this board fell down, just angled it up. It's a little tricky because you gotta hold it up while the wheel's going, keep the tiller off the ground, and keep the one wheel on the board. So, but it worked. We're here. Now we're gonna go try some tilling. Yay, tilling. This does have ultra simplicity. This goes forward, pull that, it goes backwards. No throttle, you just hit the throttle at the front, and but it works. Counter-rotate, meaning wheels go forward, the tillers go backwards. Yeah. So the forces don't work against me, it works against itself. Okay, class is done, that's good. You can kind of see right here. Lower this. Wow, just after a few minutes I got that pile down. I need to obviously spread this. We're gonna buy some topsoil, probably about 20 bags. And we'll plop that down, but first I gotta get this trail. But look at this, and this just tore this in. This was 10 minutes. I'm barely even broken 10 sweats. Okay, I'm sweating a lot, but she's cute. Yeah, I bought one of these. I've been looking at these for a while. So basically, you turn this and the other side moves. So this pops out, you can put a regular socket driver in here, and then you can change which size is 1/4 inch or 3/8 of an inch. This one is not made out of plastic. A lot of them are made out of plastic. This is made out of metal, so it should be more durable. I don't remember if it's impact rated, but basically this is for things like hiding bolts. You know, now you've got foot-long extension here where you can get into things, and your depth is just this distance plus the socket. And with the 1/4 inch you can even have a little shorter socket, so maybe less than an inch. You get down there and get it out. So not looking forward to using it because you shouldn't have to use this. People should decide you should, so you don't need this, but I'm looking forward to using this because it's going to get me out of a jam, and I've been in those jams. And if anything, it's going to save a hell of a lot of time when you are in the jam. Because usually you work your way around the jam, you just end up with things like that. So, some dinner. Okay, yeah, just kind of playing around, but it did a nice job here. It really breaks the dirt up. It takes a couple passes, but I mean, theoretically, with the rake in 5 minutes, I'm going to spend longer getting the rocks out. Anything else, I don't have to, but rocks and grass, I just haven't found that right grass mix to grow on rocks. So I figured, you know, she did a good job, I should power wash her. Now I debated just going to the Harbor Freight, not the Harbor Freight, Home Depot and renting. Believe it or not, it was cheaper to rent at the Home Depot than it was the place at Home They Go, which is normally cheaper than Home Depot, CCM Rentals. But this is, yeah, this worked well. I did power wash the paint off, mostly because there's rust dirty, so I'm gonna have to get some of that rust converter and spray on there because this is a keeper. This worked really well. Starting it, choke, throttle, pull. Of course it didn't start for me. Yeah, see, it's that easy. Choke, maybe gave it too much throttle. Get all the throttle. Of course it'd be nice if I let the thing retract. There we go. Probably didn't need the choke. She starts, so probably didn't need the choke because it's still warm. Yeah. So I got to get the serial numbers off there before I power wash it again. And like I said, I want to convert that rust. It's just mostly rust on here, and it's surface rust. We'll lubricate her, check the spark plugs. He said he changed the oil. It had half a tank of gas, and it was dirty because I think he just used it. He rebuilt this. He says it's a low, slow leak here, but it's like slow as in you fill it up the beginning of the season. It's flat by the end of the season. Not a big deal. This has been modified, but that's okay. The oil's been modified. That actually, I've never had one working well, and this one did. It flattened the dirt out as you're going. It was actually kind of magical, mystical. I went by and like, it looks like gas, and I realized I've been walking behind it. So if you walk to the side, which is really easy on this because it's a fine balance of not too big, but because these are forcing the machine back while these are forcing it forward, it moves smoothly. In fact, you just have to give it a little jerk up and put more weight on the tires and it goes forward. So it's kind of like you leapfrog a little bit. Very controllable with one hand. So that's good. We got a toad over there, a frog making noise. Should probably go investigate. Anyhow, it's hot as fuck out still. Humid as well. I also power washed. Well, I kind of power washed over here. I was playing with my floor thing and it works pretty well. I was able to do this in about 2 minutes. Kind of see my swirl marks over there. I did the driveway again. I want to coat the driveway. I probably should do it this month or next month. But this is going to be perfect for just spend the night before and just go over the whole driveway, wash it off, clean it off, get the dirt off. Because I didn't have very good adherence last time, although it's been 6 years since I did this. So, yeah, I can't complain too much. But I've noticed that if I use the good stuff, next year it looks like ass. I mean, scraping it with a shovel always does that. That's why I went to plastic shovels, but even then it tends to wear out. It just needs to be done every 2 years. But this is 22 years old now. So, I got my money out of it, but I don't want to, spend more. Of course, the longer you wait, the more expensive it is, but then you gotta do it again in 20 years. So I think since they redid the front part that was really bad, I think I can get another 5 to 10 years out of this. Oh, she needs out. Okay, I just recorded a whole segment without recording. This is DKG. It's a little community, a private community, like a beach area, little vacation homes. She's liking it. She was just on the dock checking things out. They're having like a rummage sale. So yeah, there's that. We bought a few eclectic things, which we'll show later. Some of these things I found in the trash. I found this in the trash. I think I'm going to rebuild it with new wood this weekend. Monster cable running speakers in the living room. Got some interesting jazz, Boilermaker jazz. Gauge, marking gauge, free. Bought those hanging basket holders, a free chair. Got a chair for the Dave Matthews Band concert. Sophie wants that, and a free milk crate. So there's stuff in the car, but we'll do that later. Getting the diesels, because the diesel's cheapest in the area right here. Though Costco's still a little cheaper, but it's fast. It's got the full size nozzle. Lots of trucks here. This wood I've had since 16. This was part of the initial package for the house, and it's pressure treated and it's rounded over, so I can use one of these will make 4 new slats for this. So by using 2 boards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I can make all those. So that's what we're going to do today. Big question is, am I going to drag out my table saw and do it out here, or use my table saw upstairs? I'll probably drag that one out. I haven't used it in a while. So what do we got? We got the bench for free. Probably have to get new hardware. These are just bolts. And then I need screws in there, but I probably have those screws. We got these chairs. So if you want to stick this Dave Matthews Band, and then I got a spare. So we got 3 like that and then 1 like that. So 4 people. 5 of us are coming, so one might have to bring their own. Talked about this before, the speaker wire. This is really good speaker wire. It's Monster cable. The CDs, and I'm not sure why about that. Got the chair for free. May take that to Beachmere, may not, I don't know. Egg beater. One of my kids said they wanted an egg beater, so there we go. Sophie picked this shirt out. He's an LL Bean. It's a nice shirt, extra large, cotton. I just love that. Never been to one, but I like that. This came out of the free box. Season 2, Lost in Space, Season 3. Got that for Joe. She likes the Hardy Boys, and this is a book about falling water, but it's got a lot of details. It's not like the pictures. It's like how the process went to do it. So she may like it. She may not. I don't know. We'll find out. What else? Got these hanging things. I got that as part of a deal. I paid $20 for the box with the cable, the 2 CDs, the marking gauge, and she wanted $4 a piece for these. So I gave her $20 for the whole thing. So these will screw on up there, and then she can hang baskets. So she'll be happy-ish. What else? So these were free, little gnomes. I think they're a Turkey Day theme. Whoops. Yeah. So then I bought this. I just had to. A gnome is a gnome. And then Sophie found that someplace. Then I gotta work on that because I didn't work on it last night. It's just too freaking hot, which is probably gonna be the theme later today. Is too freaking hot. But there's a dog there. Yeah, it's hot. The theme of hot, it's 91, and it's gonna stay that way with a heat index of 94. So maybe we'll just finish this first. I vacillate on this. I don't know if I need topsoil. Maybe I do. It won't hurt. Yeah, that came out good. I think I'll first clean out all the rocks and then reassess. I need to keep going on in there. And I want this to kind of drain a little bit like it is right now, but it's definitely, you can tell the settling because it's, well, down here, you can definitely tell the settling. It's about an inch lower, but that's flush with that. So that's actually what I want. So maybe we'll start right here and go forward. Yeah, it should be fun. It's nice and warm. Or do we do this first? So many choices. LED powered. Well, it's not as comfortable. It does work, but we'll get the new one early next week, I think. I should probably test on this for a little while. The new one's gonna have a bar, and it's gonna be wider. Queen size, full size? I don't understand bed sizes for hammocks, but that's just me. I made a couple passes through here, added over there because that was I need to go a little bit wider over here, maybe hit that area there. And picking out the rocks as I can. Found a few in there. Those are the big rocks I had found earlier that I forgot up front, so I brought them back here and power washed them. Power washing is fun when it's hot like this. Got this pretty good here. This is pretty much ready. Again, finding a lot of rocks, putting them in the rock bucket. Over here, I need to find something to put in the pipe. I pulled the plastic back. I just need to make some passes, so when I'm ready, I can level all this out and slope it towards there. So I think I'm gonna slope right about from here, that way. This area drains pretty well. Again, I need a rock picker. They make that for like a bobcat. I need to do a little more over there, but we're getting there. So we're gonna go get some of the stuff in there, keep the dirts out. One of the problems with doing the corrugated pipe, which was much cheaper than the plastic. Every 10 feet would have been about $50 to do hard plastic. But the difference is that a bird over there. Yep. Just getting the worms and shit from the dredge. Smooth, traps dirt less. So I got those little ridges. But I can clean this out. I can stick a pipe in there and just, or wash it out and just, psh. And then same thing here, and then I got to drain there. So I got places to clean out. I can clean out there. Obviously I can clean out there, just a shit ton of water. So it's basically a pressure washer where the nozzles go like this. So it sprays and it pulls the thing through. I think I got 50 feet, 25 feet. But then I can make it longer. I could just attach more hose to it and just clean things up. So yeah, and of course you can always camera it. In worst case, you just pull it all back out. Yay! No, it's not. We're good. I got that tarp from a yard sale. I think it's a painting tarp. I gotta wash it. It's a little musty. Those are the clothes I forgot that I washed and left soaking in the sink in the basement. So I thought I'd put them out here. I put some OxiClean in there. They're still a little dirty, but yeah, they weren't doing any better down there. just a Saturday night, me and the dog. You want to pick up chicks? Get some chicks? Do you like the chicks? We'll go check out these chicks. Those look tasty. Look at these chicks. These chicks are huge. Those ducks. Those are ducks. Those are ducks. That was refreshingly not fun. 800 pounds of dirt. Yay. I got about 120 feet. I'm bringing like 5 feet a bag. So 20. Yeah, I know that math doesn't add up, but okay. Yay. Let's go drive home. Oh, Goodwill doesn't take furniture right now. What the fuck? Time has come to change the oil. Of course, I only got 3 gallons. It takes 4. Yeah, 4 gallons. I got my 4-gallon tank underneath there. The oil pan's right about here, but I can't get underneath there. It's too low. What I do is I go over there and go back behind. So I'm gonna get my roller. Normally I'd use cardboard, but I gotta have 16 pieces of cardboard. I don't want to get my Vice Skip garage shirt dirty. Why is she barking about? She's inside the air conditioning. The rest of this looks pretty good on it. All right, in the eye, of course. So I gotta go through here. So I get my belly through there. And then I gotta avoid the gas tank. That's right there. Let's go. Hey, who put that bar there? Oh, I did. Didn't really make a difference. Shit. Try to get up to there. Okay. I come to this channel. Here. But I gotta be over there. Maybe I don't use my creeper when I do this. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to dismount my creeper. What is that blue thing up there? That's weird. Nothing shiny up here. Oh boy, she's hot. Look how long this transmission is. It's longer than my arm. Oh, it's been leaking oil too. Fuck me. Okay, we're gonna rearrange here for a little bit. Okay, well, she's draining. So there's oil everywhere. And it seems to be coming from up there. I don't know if I just did tighten the filter on enough. Or is that leaking? I have no idea what that long thing is against the filter housing. That's weird. Rain's not supposed to come to 11, so the dogs will be up at 8 as they tend to do, or 7, wanted to eat. So I went ahead and I hand tamped that. I did ask the neighbor if I could borrow his garage. There's a garden tractor, lawn tractor, his lawn machine, to run that over, and I probably may, because if it's not going to rain till 11. But basically I hand tapped that, smoothed it, hand tapped it, picked some more rocks out. Then I threw down seed, put down some straw I found in the trash a few years ago, and then I put down 1 bag. So 1 bag did that much. Unloaded the bags, ran out of Earl, 4 gallons, had 3.5-ish. So I drained all my jugs. Ironically, I had 2 barely, like a quart in one, so I got rid of 6, so that was good. So I freed up some space there. I've had that 1 jug since 2020. So yeah, the oil I got was 5 W40, and it should have been 15 W40, but everything I'm reading, it's fine. It's just a little thinner, but it's synthetic, so it's better. So it's fine, yeah. But we're gonna have to check that. Maybe we'll order half and half next time. Kind of mix it, mix it up. So I got it. I mean, it's smoother than it was, frankly, but I want it even smoother. So maybe we'll go run over. I can't use lawn tractor past there. At least I could get this done. And then over there, I can get that part done. I don't think I'm going to tackle that. I do need to put that plastic down and put the wraparound out, expose the drain there before I get too far. And then check that drain and tamp around there. My problem is, I think it's going to rain. And undo some of this. So that's great. I don't know what's gone over there. I don't think any of my grass is coming up. I think that seed that I used is shit. I've been watering it once in the morning, once in the afternoon. Something should have been popping out there. Maybe I'm being impatient. I don't know. So, hopefully, in a month or so, this will all be grasses. That'd be nice. Probably not. I don't know. Come on, puppy. It's raining now. I got to that far. So at least this is getting wet. So that's good. You can't tell, but there's a lot of rocks in this dirt. If I was growing rocks, I'd be doing well. That's my joke of the day. That's my dad joke. Why is that leaking? Shouldn't be leaking. There we go. Anyhow, that pretty much curtails the dirt work for the day. I did get the rubber down around the seal. I was doing that while she was raining. Yeah, she's raining. It's only 9 a.m., but yeah, great. Okay, well, the time has come to replace the bottle with the new bottle. I saw a video on it. I thought I had to take the radiator out, but I didn't. So basically there's 3 items here. There's this pipe here, which I've already extracted. I have a new one coming, but it's not another week. We know it's original because they use these goofy clamps. So I'm gonna leave this one on. Definitely needs to be replaced. Maybe I could cut a little off. I don't know. Then there's the fitting down there, which now you can see I've exposed. So theoretically, somehow I get my hand down there and wrench on that. Then there's a sensor at the bottom for the coolant. But first I got to get up in the air and drain some of the coolant out, because this is going to drain, you know, down to there. Most of the radiator, most of the engine. So I don't want to lose this fluid because I've already changed it twice in the last year. Once, well, a little bit changing here, but mostly back there. Changing that hose that exploded. So yeah, nothing to it but to get to it. Hate that phrase. Okay, well, that's done. I barely captured any fluid, about that much. This worked until it didn't, because it got clogged with stuff. You can see there's a lot of stuff in there from the last pit I drove out. And of course, once I got the tank out, it sprayed everywhere because it was full. The secret of the success here is remove that thing. Yeah, that helped a lot, because then I could get in here. The other thing is, of course, about halfway through removing this, I realized I had to remove that faster because I got to put the hose on the new one. So for now, I just got a little hose clamp like that on there. So she's all buttoned up. I'm going to go ahead and just wipe that down. It's always been disgusting, and I can get some spray on there now, and then we'll put that back. That just required this little guide to be loosened. That was easy. Then we'll pour our fluids back in. I'm going to use the bleeder, of course, to bleed the system. It's going to take a while to bleed, but we'll start her up. Maybe wash our hands first. I don't know. I hope this does the trick. So again, the new hose, replacement hose, will be coming in. And then I think the majority of my oil leak is the oil pan, which is a pain, because if you do it the normal way, you drop the whole engine, or you raise the engine and you drop the subframe, and then you have to get it aligned and everything. But I saw some secrets. One secret is pretty simple. It's basically cut the gasket in half so that you're sliding it in on the sides and not going up and around, because the oil pump sticks down. So the gasket goes like this, the oil pump sticks down. So it's kind of a pain. Another guy I saw, which might work, is just you do a combination of raise the subframe, you loosen the subframe, and you raise the engine, and that seemed to work. So I'm going to do some more Googling this week. Yeah, it's dirty. I didn't show this before, but definitely was a crack, and you can see the green from the coolant that was coming through. But does that crack only open up under pressure? Because it held water. So we're gonna try a test. So we have a rapid engine leak detector. So basically this is gonna sit in the fluid and check for carbon dioxide. If there's exhaust gases getting into the system, which is what happens if you have a bad head gasket, then it's going to change color. So we're going to try this out. And we're going to try it on Sophie's car. You know, we'll try it on this car because I think I have 3 cars that potentially have a bad head gasket. So what we got here is if the color turns yellow or green. So I got the engine running. I got the water there. It is bubbling. Right now it looks blue, so we'll just let it go. Well, still looks blue to me. So I'm going to give it a few minutes more, and then I'm going to put in this one and do the same test. Glad that the head gasket's not blowing. So we'll stick it in here. Hopefully it fits in there. I think I gotta put more fluid in there because there doesn't seem to be any in there. On the Volt, if I want the Volt to run forever, I open the hood and the engine runs. This one doesn't do that. I don't know of a good way of doing it other than to turn the AC on. Just trying to get the fucking car to start. Okay. Start. Just trying to get the engine to run for a few minutes. Air conditioning works, but that's electric. Now I did check, it doesn't, the water pump, which is electric, doesn't seem to be turning. I checked the power a second time. I put the connector on and off several times, and I don't feel it running at all. And I can tell it's not ready because the water pipe at the bottom is cold. And it stopped again. If I keep my foot on the gas, it keeps running. So I think it's just a bad water pump. Now, of course, I replaced that in November. I'm gonna have to spend the $300 and order a genuine one and put this to bed. I think this car still has some life in it. And I need to get it out of my garage either way. We can do a recap of the week here. So replaced the reservoir on the Z, confirmed it doesn't have a head gasket leak, at least it's not leaking into the coolant. Did the same thing on the Prius. Ordered a brand new OEM water pump for it, and hopefully that's the end of that, and we can sell that. What else? Buy the rototiller, been looking at that for a while. Lifestyle change, I'm now and not looking to buy a Porsche. I decided that the value to performance ratio was fucked up, meaning all the parts are extremely expensive, and it's not that it's unreliable. You just have to do a lot of maintenance, and you got to replace a lot of parts, and everything's 4 to 5 times more expensive. There's no cheap parts that you can buy for it. And there's no used market that has used cheap parts. And yeah. So we're not going to buy that. So we're going to stick with our 128i. Maybe we'll upgrade it. Maybe we'll get a, convertible. Or maybe I saw one that had a sunroof on it. That'd be cool. Little digitals. I mean, I like the car. It handles awesome. Brakes awesome. It's fun. It's a good, decent, small car. Gets good gas mileage. So yeah. Gonna continue on with the trenching, grow some grass. My next big project is gonna be starting the kitchen, outdoor kitchen. So I gotta lay out the map, and I want to get a floor in there, like a foundation. I gotta get the rototiller, level it out, There's some bluestone, about $600. I think there's going to be enough. So I just basically need to just design it, and no, I'm going to modify the design, but at least get something going. Figure out how I'm going to run the electricals, the water, the gas line, etc. And then yeah, I did see something cool. Instead of buying a dedicated griddle, they make griddles now that fit your gas grill, which is basically a bunch of flames underneath it, which is what a griddle is. It's a piece of a bunch of flames underneath it. So I think I'm going to do that. Still want to get a pizza oven. I don't know why, but I do. And I want to get an oven. But I think I've seen some cases where you can use a pizza oven for an oven. So we're going to look more into that. And maybe I need a regulated one, meaning a pellet one that will keep it the temperature by dropping in the pellets appropriately. So, but that's progressing. The heat's down, but you guys know that. It should be nice, normal weather the next week in the 70s and low 80s, not the low 90s and high 80s. So that's good. There's your weekly recap. Oh, work sucks. I lost 1, maybe 2 hard drives this weekend on my old NetApp. I have spare physical drives, so I'm going to swap those drives. I have no service contract with it. They ended. I made a service call. It phoned home. We'll see if I actually get a drive. I doubt it. So I got to get moving on migrating my data to the new one. I've been slightly procrastinating it based on the fact that nothing's broke, but now things are starting to break. So we're going to do that. The new one has SSDs, so it's not as likely to die like the 3-4-year-old mark. This is 6 years old, so wait, 8 years old. So yeah, hard drives are failing. Yay. Then we have an audit tomorrow morning, so I have to be at work by 8. So it's like 3 hours earlier than I normally at work. So yeah, that's great. So I got to deal with the hard drives when I get in. I got to deal with an all hands meeting. Apparently the world's going to shit in my division. Great. Don't know if we're gonna have layoffs because they just had one in engineering. That'd be kind of neat. I'd have more time at home. So there's that. Then we go to Dave Matthews Band on Tuesday, which is exciting. And I did watch a video on how to replace the coil spring. It's not gonna be that hard. It's gonna be easier than what I did with the axle. So I'm pretty stoked about that. There's a kitty up there.